Good morning, George. I'm trying to help you figure out this high anchor bar, low anchor bar uh, story. Okay, so the first thing you want to realize is that every time we get a high, immediately we have to then go and look for a low, and they have to alternate in the sequence: high, low, high, low. You cannot have two highs in a row. Once you establish a low, you have to then immediately look for a high. And as we move along, you will see that is the low, and now we have to find a high. And there it is, eventually comes. Okay? So the question then becomes, well, now we have to find a low, and eventually it comes in that format, and immediately after we've established a low, the next thing we have to do is look for a high bar. Okay, so immediately once we have a bar that has been crowned the low, like that one right there, we start looking for a high bar. And in fact, the very next bar after a anchor bar has been crowned becomes a potential high bar. So in this case, this bar here, this one here, I'm going to point to it, this bar here gets actualized by this close right there. And once this close is actualized by this bar right here that I've just pointed to, then we can mark this or crown this anchor bar right here as the new low. So that's the new low. Now we're looking for a high. Actually, before I move forward, I realized I made a mistake, that this anchor bar, this anchor bar low was actually actualized by this bar, because that is where the close above the high is. So once we have established a new anchor bar low, the first thing we have to do is look for a new high anchor bar, but that needs to be actualized through the process. So every bar after an anchor bar has been established becomes a potential anchor bar high. And there it is, potential anchor bar high. So as it happens, the actualizing anchor bar is the one, let me just take extend, that bar right there that I just pointed to is both the bar that actualizes the potential anchor, the anchor bar low, which is this one right here, and now we start looking for a high. And the bar, this one right here, again I'll point it to it again, this one here is now the potential anchor bar, and it can only become the actual anchor bar until we have a close below that point. Okay, so I'm going to remove all my arrows just because they're in the way. Okay, so I've moved my arrows. So we have an anchor bar low there. It was actualized by this bar right over here, and from that moment on, the actualizing bar that I just pointed to is now the potential anchor bar high, highlighted here. Okay, it's the potential anchor bar high. So we move on until it's actualized. I'm just going to go. Now that's the new high, potential anchor bar high. And remember, we're looking for a close, so we just move this along. And that's slightly higher, but doesn't close below. That is a close below, so immediately we have a new, this bar here becomes the anchor bar high. So we'll crown it, and by that we just go there, put that over here, and it was actualized by this bar right there, okay, because it was a close below the low indicated here. There's the close below that low. Okay, so again, let me get rid of my arrows to clear up. Okay, my arrows are gone, and we're now looking for a new anchor bar low. So we have to say that the potential anchor bar low now is going to be this bar right there. So let's move along. Okay, so now we have a new potential anchor bar low, and we lower the rules for it to be actualized. Then it continues to move lower, so we lower the low. So this anchor bar now is a potential anchor bar low, and it will only be actualized when we have a close above its high, which is right there. Okay, so let's continue. We're waiting for a close above that blue cyan line, and until then we cannot actualize the anchor bar low. So now the potential anchor bar low, now we move it lower, and this will continue until such time as you have a close above the high of the low anchor bar, which is right there. Okay, so we continue, and bang, see, we get a close right there, which is above this line over here, and now we can crown that anchor bar as the new anchor bar low. So now we're looking for a high, and remember that the anchor bar high is got to be actualized before it becomes high. So everyone until it does become actualized is a potential. So the first thing we have to do is make this bar over here, this one right there, the potential anchor bar high until it becomes actualized. Okay, there's your potential anchor bar high. So we will remove all the arrows and stuff so we continue moving forward. So we now have our anchor bar low marked in red, and we're looking for a high. So immediately we have the potential high. So in order to be actualized, we need one or two things to happen. Either a close a close below this line over here, or a trade above that line. If we have a trade above that line, the cyan line, then we raise the bar. Let's see what happens. There's a trade above, so we raise the bar, and we raise the low as well. Raise it again, and as we keep moving along, the potential anchor bar always becomes the highest point. That becomes the highest point. So we move and move. Notice the low is still much more or less the same. I'll just lower that there a little bit. It touches below, doesn't close below. Now at this point in time, these two arrows that have just traded, this one and this one, have not closed neither below that line nor above that line, and then what that does is keep this potential anchor bar high in place. Okay, so we now are still with this anchor bar as the potential anchor bar high, and we're looking for a close below or a trade above. Nothing happens. Trade slightly above, so that becomes the new anchor bar high. Let's move this across. Okay, that is the new anchor bar high, and we raise our anchor bar high level, and we raise the low. So trade below the red line will actualize the potential anchor bar high, and we continue to move higher as we do and raise the bar. Okay, there it is. I hope this is becoming clearer, and it keeps rising. Let's raise it up there and raise that as well, and then finally we get a break below the line, and that actualizes the potential anchor bar into a actual anchor bar, and we make a parallel line there to give it the crown. We crown it. Now we look for the new low. In order to do that, the first thing we do is we make a potential anchor bar low, like here and here. There's your potential anchor bar low. We move this line for the low and this one of that particular anchor bar, and again, to actualize, we are looking for a close above that line or a trade below that line, moving the whole process lower. So nothing happens on that, and now we start moving the process lower. So now we have a new potential anchor bar, and there it is. That's the new potential anchor bar. Nothing much change, although this slightly lower. So we do have to move the potential anchor bar because it does change the dynamics. And then we get a trade above. So there's the break. Okay, that actualizes the bar. We make this and crown this the new anchor bar low, and we start looking for a new high. But immediately before we do that, we have to make the actualizing bar, which is this bar over here. Remember, this bar actualized the bar preceding it because it broke its high, which was there. Now we have to make this the potential anchor bar high. It could be, we don't know, but I doubt it will be. I'm sure the price action will move quite high. So let's see what happens. Actually, it moves lower but doesn't close below, and eventually, boom, starts moving up. So we move our slightly there. This becomes the new potential. Okay, so we move the potential to this line, slightly up, and the reason why that's important because it does raise the low quite a bit. So that's the new potential, making it easy to be actualized. And again, actualized, and we're moving, we're rising and rising more, and at the same time, every time we rise, we're looking for a close below. There we get it. So then that actualizes, we crown it because of this close right there below the red line, which was the low of the high bar, and or the old potential high bar. Remember, that was the potential high bar right there. And now we're reversing the process, and I hope this is clear. I'm going to watch the video now and see if it makes sense. If it does, I'm going to send it to you.